Hey there, friends and family. Just thought I'd give you all an update that I'm still here, still doing well. I guess my last video was kind of maybe a little bit of a downer. I was kind of having a rough day. And the cloudiness that had been going on for the last week or so did not help. Um, but that's okay. You know what? Sometimes people have not so good days and they, you know, don't have good days. So. But if you can't tell, there's a window behind me there. It's very bright outside. It's supposed to be up in the 80s today at some point, I think. I don't know if it'll get there. Oh, wait, no. What my phone says it is 82. So it is 82 degrees outside apparently today. And nice and sunny and all that kind of stuff. I think it's supposed to be nice through the rest of the weekend. I think not till Tuesday it's not supposed to get yucky. I didn't really look at the temperature, but I'm sure it's going to be up in the low 80s, high 70s for most of that time. And of course, tomorrow is the Memorial Day holiday. So I'll just have to, spend most of my day saying, "Hey, happy Memorial Day, everybody," that I'm not around anybody. Oh, goodness, excuse me. So yeah. And I have to say, and there's not much I've had on my mind lately. I haven't been thinking a whole lot. I guess the biggest thing today is the third anniversary of my dad leaving us. It's been 3 years today since my dad died. So it's been a little bit of a rough day, I guess, thinking of him. We didn't necessarily always get along that well, but I mean, he's my dad, right? It is also the 31st anniversary of my graduation from high school. And it is, what is it? My 8th month of birthday. So I got 3 more months to my birthday. What is this? May? 4 months to my birthday. So you got 4 months to give me big, big, awesome presents. I could use, I don't know. I don't know that I have anything. I could use a new refrigerator. I think, like I said before, I think my refrigerator, is kind of crapping out on me. So if anybody wants to buy me a new freezer, that would be ideal. But, or try to get me some kind of job or something where I'm making more than the pittance the federal government is paying me in Social Security disability. I got a piece of mail not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, I guess, with some information on what they call the Ticket to Work program for folks on disability payments, I guess, disability, what are they called? Social Security disability insurance. And I went to the website they had on their mail, on the information they had on the piece of paper they sent me. And I filled out the little form and they gave me some information of people to contact. And I have emailed twice a group, I can't remember the name of the group, somewhere in the greater St. Louis area. And I have yet to hear from them. So I don't know. From their website they have, it seems like they do more than just helping out disabled people. It seems like they, try to help people who are looking for a job who, I guess, can't get a job. Like young kids and I don't know if they help, like, whatever the politically correct term for homeless people is anymore, unhoused people. Like I said, I emailed a couple times, have not yet heard anything from them. But that's okay. They go on the long list of people I've tried to get a hold of for various reasons, and either they haven't answered back or they took forever to answer back. So hey, right? If I could just get some sort of, I mean, even if I mean, because I haven't figured out how many hours I'm able to work, and still get a few bucks left from my, I mean, Social Security. But if I can stand working a quasi full day, then I'll go ahead and do that. I mean, as long as I don't have to stand for hours at a time, if I can have a chance to sit or lean or anything like that, that works. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have to try to harass them more on Monday. Maybe, oh, dang it, Monday's a holiday. I'll have to harass them more on Tuesday. And said, look here, you sons of biscuits. I'm trying to find a job. I would imagine this whole ticket to work thing is so that the federal government can get more money out of you in taxes, and they don't have to pay out money from, any of the Social Security stuff. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. I know the website I looked at. I think they do work with Schnucks at least. So, I mean, there are a couple of Schnucks that aren't too terribly far from me. Oh, sorry, dropped the phone with my little weak hand here. But yeah, there's a couple of Schnucks not too far that I might be able to. I'd be more than happy to work a few hours there. I know what kind of, if they let me be a stalker or something like that. I mean, there's no way I'm going to be a butcher. I don't know what kind of certification and stuff you might need to get for that. Work in the meat department and making sausages or something. End up sticking my hand in a meat grinder and having to be on even more disability or something. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Hopefully, I can get some sort of something. Because while I appreciate the the money I get for my Social Security disability information stuff, it would be nice to have a little extra money coming in a little more often. Because the Social Security checks I only get once a month, and you gotta try to make it last all month and pay bills and buy yourself food and everything. So, yeah. So fingers crossed. I would appreciate any fingers crossed my way. Good wishes, things like that. Let's see. What else have I been thinking about? Not a whole lot. Honestly, not really a whole lot. I just kind of sit around picking my nose most of the day. Sometimes I'll, play a video game as well as I can being, I spend a lot of time squinting with my face really up close to the TV. I don't know that my vision has gotten worse necessarily, but I don't know how much it's really improved. I mean, I'm not to the point where I need a seeing eye dog or one of those, canes, the red and white canes. But yeah. And like I said, it's been today 31 years. I guess it'll be tonight. Technically, since graduation was at night, it'll be 31 years tonight since I've graduated from high school. So, do the math. Yep. I'm getting close. I was one of the younger ones, so I'm not quite 50 yet. I don't know how old you have to be. Well, let's see. Let's see. I mean, if you're 18 when you graduate high school, usually most people, I guess usually once you reach, what, your 32nd anniversary of your high school graduation, you should be 50. I'll be about there. I'm not even 49 yet. I'm only 48. March was my half birthday, so yeah. Like I said, it's my eighth month, 48th year and eighth month of life today, this evening. I was born what, about 10:30 or so at night. My parents used to give me trouble. I was born just as Saturday Night Live was coming on that night. I was born on a Saturday. And Saturday Night Live was coming on, so Dad had to miss the beginning of Saturday Night Live because his kid was being born. His first kid was being born. So I don't know that he missed anything. I don't really know how much he watched Saturday Night Live back then. So yeah. I mean, it was only a couple years old at that point. It had only been on for a couple years. Because what, this past year was their 50th. Was it this past year was 50 or 51? Let's see what Google says. When was the first season of Saturday Night Live? 1975. So yeah, 2 years before I was born. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And I think I've figured out part of my little niche, or my little thing, my little oh, what's the word I'm looking for? My little gimmick, I guess I'm gonna do. I would try to figure out what everyday I record a video is, holiday wise. And today is apparently National Asparagus Day. So happy National Asparagus Day, everyone. And I guess I should probably do more research kind of stuff on the holidays just so I can make jokes about it and something. I guess the only thing I know about asparagus is it makes your pee smell. I'm not sure what it is that makes it pee smell, but I guess the chemical makeup of asparagus makes your pee smell. Although anytime I've eaten asparagus, I haven't really noticed stinky pee, so I don't know if it's one of those things that it's like, the taste of cilantro. Some people taste soap, some people don't. I don't think I've really ever tasted soap with cilantro. But I wonder if that's the same kind of idea as, if it affects the smell of your pee. Like, if you taste soap when you eat cilantro, your pee also smells when you eat asparagus. I don't know, or vice versa. If anybody knows, leave a comment and let me know. I guess another thing I was just looking at, there was a little article I read before I got on here that some lady, I think 27-year-old woman, went on a date with a 25-year-old man, and I think he sent her a text message saying, hey, the next day, the day after their date, and said, hey, good morning. I had a good time. Have a good day. Just acknowledging that something happened, which I think anybody would be happy to, know that the person was at least thinking about, and we wanted to say thank you for the date and had a good time, have a good day. But apparently she was a little bit disgusted that he wasn't like, oh my God, I loved you so much. Let's go out again. Let's go out again and get married and have babies. Oh my God, I love you. And apparently the reason she didn't want to say, she really wanted to go on another date with him. And she said the reason that she didn't say anything was because she's old-fashioned. And I thought, you know what? You need to be maybe not old-fashioned. If you like somebody, tell them. Say, hey, I enjoyed having a day with you. I'd like to go out on another one. Are you available? When are you available next? Would you like to go on a second date? Because that's, I don't know. I can't say I don't know that I've ever been great at, I haven't been on a whole lot of dates, but I don't know that I could say I've been good at telling any of my dates, hey, I had a good time, let's try again. I think I've always kind of fallen into relationships that it was um, I mean, I guess we had conversations about it, but it was assumed that we would, hang out more and be quote unquote together. Um, so I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, if you go on a date with somebody and it's like an arranged date and you like them, tell them, hey, you know what, I had fun. Let's do this again sometime. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Just tell that person, I enjoyed our time we spent together. Let's go out and have another good time together again. Let's try another date. So I don't know. There's probably plenty of people I probably should have told that to, but just never did. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, I'm doing good over here. I don't know if anybody was worried about my little short, whiny message the other day, but I'm okay. Yeah. So, and I've also, sorry, just train of thought brain there. I got a message from a friend the other day saying that their experience with YouTube videos, and maybe I should start using hashtags. So I don't know, I don't know exactly all the hashtags I should use really. I can't say that my videos ever have a particular topic. It's not like I'm any of those folks. What is it? The Gonna drop some names here. What is it? The Y files. They have specific things I talk about. Those are fun to watch. Or what is it? The Good Mythical Morning guys, Rhett and Link. They seem to have specific things that they talk about every day. I never pay attention to what kind of hashtags they put up or how they do that. What's the other one with the? I watched some guy called Epic Nate. I think is his actual name. He does a lot of videos about video games, Skyrim and Fallout. Those series, which I find interesting because I'm a big giant nerd. And then I like to watch all the silly animal things. A guy in a golden with Teddy and Rue and Archie, and the Rufus the cow and his shenanigans, him and his people and his family's shenanigans. Casper the border collie. Team Casp 47, I think, is the number they have on Facebook, but I'm not 100% sure. I apologize. But if you look up Team Casp, you'll find them, I'm sure. I mean, any of those, there's a ton of, like, dogs. There's a lot of differently abled dogs that I see on like, YouTube and on Instagram. I follow a few on Instagram, so some are disabled, others are not. And there's Django, the German Shepherd. He smiles. Django smiles. He's so cute. I bet he's a stinker. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else if I've been thinking about lately. I don't know. I know one thing that was bugging me a little bit ago. There's some goober out there. Just kept honking their car horn. I don't know if I don't know if the house across the street has been sold recently. I don't know if somebody who like runs an Airbnb kind of thing bought it. There's been a lot of people I've seen in and out, like workers. So I don't know if they were putting the place together a little better, fixing it up, fancying it up. I looked on Airbnb and I couldn't find it, but Airbnb is not the only place like that. So I have to do probably have to do a little bit more research online and find all those house rental websites or whatever. I don't know. And I think that's really all. I think I've covered everything that's been on my mind. And thank you for all the people who are watching. You know, I seem to get a decent amount of views on these videos. I don't know that everybody watches them all the way through. But, you know, if it's something, you know, if you want to play it at night when you're trying to sleep, all that kind of stuff, go for it. My feelings won't be hurt if I know that, you know, you're sleeping through 90% of my video. I probably sleep through 90% of the videos I try to watch every night. So, but yeah, it's if you can't tell, it's kind of a beautiful day outside. Not too toasty warm, but at least it's not freezing cold. It's been like in the 60s and 70s, so a little bit chilly the last few days with the cloudiness and the raininess. But like I said, looks like we've got a couple more days of no rain. So I'm hoping sunshine. I haven't been down to the basement to see if it's flooded or not bad yet. Maybe I'll go down there after, because I need to go do some laundry. Maybe I'll go do that after I get done recording this video. I don't know. All right. I think that's about all I wanted to complain about or talk about or chat about. I'm trying to go just through my day. Go through my... Yeah, because... Like I said, the last few days have just been kind of the cloudiness and the nasty weather does not help. I'm one of those kind of people that, you know, the nasty weather does not bring me joy, I guess. And it does not help that I am here all by myself, that I have no one to talk to in the house. Meh. And maybe if it starts getting nice more again, we'll see how, you know, like I said, a little further in the next few days, it's supposed to get kind of rainy again. I don't know about chilly, but maybe I'll try to go on some more walks. I don't know. I guess my right foot, one of my toes has been hurting lately, so I don't know. I don't remember kicking anything on accident, stubbing my toe. So I don't know if it's just, you know. Ooh, excuse me, got some hiccups or something. I don't eat a ton, but I don't know if anything I've eaten might be affecting, you know, I don't know, joint issues or anything like that. Or if I have any kind of issues with that. You know, I got kidney issues. I know that. I don't know what that does with. That does anything with joints. That just your blood is a little dirtier, I guess. And of course, they're worried about my liver for a minute there. But all the you know values, liver values on tests and everything have been good. And jeez, oh crumb, dropped you with my weak hand again. You know, all the tests and stuff and the scans are all good, and doctor's not worried and says, oh, you can go ahead and get your new kidney transplant. Go for it. I was like, yay. But yeah, so I'll have to, you know, I'm going to try to think of good hashtags to put. And I looked at ChatGPT and they said, you know, you really only should add like 2 or 3 really big interesting things. I thought, well, okay, you know, I'll do what I can figure out. So, sorry, I'm looking about how long I've been recording this crazy video. I don't know. I don't try to keep it a certain amount of time, but you know, I don't know. I know. I guess the longer they are, the more they're put. I don't know how the algorithm works. I don't know. Maybe I need to start doing more research, I guess, and trying to figure out how to make myself popular and viral. And have everybody interested in listening to an old man. See, I just do this all by myself. I don't have a production team to focus and, you know, put professional cameras on me and edit things together perfectly and, you know, pay all the money to get the software to do all that fancy stuff. You know, I'm sure there's quite a few people who do videos and don't have any of that either, but I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of looking around the room for no reason, just because. Yeah, so this is my old bedroom. As you can tell, the sun likes to shine, and when it's a sunny day, it shines in very well. So on days that I had off from work or school or something, I never really got to sleep in really, really late. Granted, it is, what, 4 o'clock? 4:30? 4:39? And I don't think I ever really slept that late, even as a teenager. I guess when the times that I was working at Target overnight, I'd sleep pretty late through the day because I didn't have to go to work at like 10 o'clock at night and get out at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And then, you know, I probably wouldn't go to sleep right away when I got home. So I guess what now would be about 10 and a half hours? I don't know. I don't remember. It's been a good 25, 30 years since I worked at Target overnight, so. But yeah, I guess on that note, I would really like to try to find somewhere to go where either I don't know that I'd really want to completely lose my benefits. I don't know that they're doing anything other than giving me money. I'm not getting kind of insurance or anything. I don't think I quite qualify yet for Medicare. I think I got another few months. I'll have to look into that too. But yeah, maybe I have to start putting, you know, my Venmo and my PayPal on these things and say, hey, give me money. I'll be like those people who beg for money since I don't have girly bits to show off or anything like that. Oh, I guess that's another thing that make me laugh. A lot of the ads and stuff that show when I'm playing the stupid phone games and watching some of the videos on YouTube and Facebook and stuff have been like, oh, download this app. There's no oh, dang it, my brain's just not working for words. You know, we show everything. And either it's, you know, an AI or, you know, oh, it's real women. Yeah. I guess that's another thing I've been kind of noticing and chuckling about on some of these apps and stuff, these social media apps. What is that? Threads put out by Meta. There's a lot of thirsty girls on that app. It makes me laugh. Thirsty gold digging apps. That's what I should call them. I mean, I would love to be able to say, hey, baby, give me all your money. I need money. Give me money. Oh, I'll show you my boobies. I don't know. I'm just tired. I'm tired. Just tired in general. Tired of people. I've always been tired of people. I've never been a big fan of people in general. I think my time in retail gave me that because people are just, rude and ignorant, and I don't like that. So, but I am now at the point in my life where, I don't have a sugar mama or anything like that. So, and like I said, I don't have any little bits and pieces I can show off and beg for money and say, if you give me $200, I'll show you everything. And I'll be honest, I don't know if I'd want to interact with people who would be willing to give me $200 if I showed them everything. That's not my bag, baby, to quote Austin Powers. Oops, I jabbered on a little too long and the camera cut me off. But yeah, so I hope you guys all have a good day, a good holiday weekend still. Tomorrow's a holiday, so you're probably all off work. And I will let you all know that I'm doing tomorrow or the day after, the next couple of days. I try to get on here every as often as I can, but some days I just but once you guys start making me a YouTube millionaire, as I like to joke about, I'll try to be on here a little more regularly, I guess, just for my adoring fans. So, alright, I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, a good weekend, a good all that. I know it's Sunday, but there's still plenty of weekend left, even today. Alright, everybody have a good day. Bye.